Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Pang Chiling. Today I'm going to talk about shortage of egg in Malaysia. Introduction. To contribute to exceeding body of literature on this subject, we must define food security. It refers to having enough food for it on a regularly basis at its most basic level. The entails having enough food for today, tomorrow, next month, and the following years. Though this appears to be a simple concept, there is still much confusion surrounding it. We must consider the various factors that contribute to food security to help answer this question. Introduction of availability. Food availability is determined by a number of factors including domestic production and imports, as well as market infrastructure, transportation, and storage and processing technologies. Access. Individual ability to obtain and maintain adequate supply of food for a nutritious diet is referred to as food access. The third one is stability. The idea of food security can be gained and lost in causing increasing concern in the food security debate. Utilization. The term biological utilization refers to a person's ability to absorb nutrition from the food they consume. Malaysia's self-sustainability for food status. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia 2022, Malaysia was considered self-sustainable for 26 commodities out of 50 commodities. Well, most fish suppliers are within very favorable self-sufficient level. Protein sourced from the cattle, goats, and sheep are still struggling to reach a reasonable level. Meanwhile, Malaysia boiled eggs and eggs are abundant. The implication of reliance on the import can be economically vulnerable due to the cost fluctuation. Poultry in Malaysia. The poultry and egg industry is a good example of how a country deals with the food security. Egg and poultry are low-cost protein sources. They are widely consumed by Malaysians. Management of poultry crisis. Malaysian poultry production was regarded as one of the most affordable due to its industry approach. Misconception of food security. Poultry is a low-cost, dependable protein source that is critical for food security. Given the situation in Malaysia, the question of whether it is food security or food instability arises. Producer management and coordination, as well as store capacity, will be critical in ensuring a stable supply-demand equilibrium. The insecurity is primarily due to external factors. Malaysia may need to develop long-term strategies to deal with a similar crisis before it occurs. Tackling the poultry crisis. The poultry crisis demonstrated the vulnerability of an industrial production that was declared self-sufficient. Many factors may need to be considered when evaluating a stable ability to be self-sufficient in order to understand the capacity to withstand a crisis if one occurs. A strong scientific understanding of animal science is critical for Malaysia poultry industry, and it must be developed and maintained, particularly in feed and nutrition, breeding and genetics, and innovative housing system. Feed and nutrition. Identifying alternative raw material in order to reduce reliance on import. The inability to produce enough maize and maize should prompt local research to look for readily available raw materials. The second is breeding and genetics. Poultry is raised for its meats called broiler or its egg called layer. Pre-improved strategy is a lengthy process of improving pedigrees and maintaining quality traits for mass production. And the third one is housing system. For gene technology continues to be used in production and housing system. A system like this focuses on providing the best environment for optimal growth and the biosecurity practice. And the fourth one is production, storage, and stocking. Demand-derived production and the industry has remained relatively stable and growing despite little government assistance. Increased logistic costs. This is because congestion and delay at ports, airports, and highway can add to logistic costs by increasing fuel consumption and driver overtime. The second one is fluctuating Malaysia ringgit. The Malaysia ringgit fluctuation can raise the cost of import animal feed, resulting in higher costs for farmers and potential higher price for consumers. Diversifying consumer diets. Malaysia consumes a lot of chicken and eggs, so cutting back on these protein sources could help to justify the importance of major crisis issue. And the fourth one is the rise of consumer. Farmers want to produce broiler and eggs at the lower possible cost as poultry production become more industrialized. Different production systems result in different perception of poultry, animal rearing and management. In conclusion, research and innovation in poultry production should be increased in order to reduce reliance on import raw material by concentrating on the alternative natural resources, breed improvement, and breed type diversification to create market segment may be more beneficial than exceeding what. To reduce loss and increase productivity, engineering aspects such as building materials, design, technology inputs, and automation will be required. Infrastructure capacity to create stock for real world for food security tricks should also be developed efficiently. That's all for me. Thank you for your concentrate and listening to this presentation. I appreciate on this. Thank you.